guys, welcome to another commentary done by Firexfred. Today we're going to be having a match on Xel'naga Caverns, and it's going to be between MouzMana, our Polish player down here in the bottom left as the red Protoss. And is this Terran music? Is it actually just playing Terran music? I don't know. Anyway, RAGESeala in the top right as our purple Zerg. I was going to say as our purple drones, but let's hope that he makes more units than actually just drones. Or maybe not, maybe it'd be super awesome and he actually just makes drones and wins the game. So RAGESeala, Swedish player, I believe, a Swedish player from the European scene. Not too well known, I don't think, not as well known definitely as our buddy over here, MouzMana, as our Protoss hero of sorts. Definitely a hero to me. Chrono boosting out that probes right as that pylon finishes. That's pretty standard stuff. Let's take a look at his APM. He actually has crazy APM in the beginning of the game and throughout. He is a very young guy, I believe. Most notably, recently, probe sneaking in over there, by the way. But most notably, recently he did finish. Well, actually, it's been quite a while by now. But last DreamHack, he did take second, and that was after fighting his way through the bring your own computer portion just to qualify for the tournament, and then after qualifying kept playing a ton and managed to get second to his teammate MouzMana. Another couple of his teammates are notably MouzStraylock, MouzMaro, some other really big names. So the Mouse Sports team, definitely a big name. Coming over here, MouzMana does know that that spawning pool is going up, but still wants to block off this hatchery from going down. That drone going to take forever to actually take out that pylon. Probably won't do it. Maybe try and block this cybernetics core a little bit. I really like that, actually, because you might as well use that drone for something. The probe will win this far. Actually, no, the drone was going to recover enough. The cybernetics core does go down, albeit a little bit late. But definitely we did see this gas go down before the spawning pool, which I really like. He's going to be able to get that, see that. He pulls his drones off of gas, is able to get a ton of minerals, and he does start that metabolic boost. And he's probably going to want to throw down his hatchery at about 21. That is pretty standard for this build. That is the best timing to do so. Though this extractor might throw that off a little bit. He did throw down this extractor, blocking that from MouzMana. So 21 is what would be ideal, but 20, well, that pylon does go down, but this probe is going to die, and that pylon will most likely be cancelled. It is, and RAGESeala is going to get up his hatchery at 20, his second hatchery. Still not mining any gas. See what's going to come out of here. Still just a couple, four Zerglings. Gonna scout around, see what's going on. One Zealot did come out for MouzMana to take out that extractor so he could put his own assimilator down, and now we're going to see a couple more gateways going down. Looks like it's just going to be 3 for now, and now he's chrono boosting out that warp gate. So this probe is going to go and scout out his own. Zergling might chase him down. This metabolic boost will finish pretty soon. A sentry is here to block off, or to shoot down any sort of Zerglings that try and get by. The Zealot will stop them from getting by, and the sentry will just shoot them down. Pylons going down, a couple more Zerglings coming out, but mostly just focusing on drones. Back to mining gas is RAGESeala. Maybe gonna get a lair soon, maybe gonna get a roach warren. You generally see Zerg start to pump out a little bit more units around the 7-minute mark. That's when any sort of warp gate rush will start to occur, and you can pretty much pump drones till then. As long as you know, this Zergling right here, scouting at the front, is absolutely a very, very good thing to be doing. As well as these overlords placed around, scouting out different spots of the map. That's actually a Zergling. This overlord in the middle is very useful. And he does see this pylon coming down, or he sees these units moving out just a little bit. He does see a lot of sentries and zealots, so he's probably going to assume it is an expansion. And he does see that pylon, and in that position, that pylon almost always signifies an expansion. And in response, he's going to go ahead and throw down that layer and drone very, very hard. Let's take a look at the income tab. In fact, 22, he's a little bit behind right now because he did get that hatchery up, and he does have quite a few Zerglings, in fact. Come in here, let's see what they're going to do, see if they're going to be able to, nope, not going to be able to get those units, but are they going to be able to force the cancel? Almost certainly be able to force the cancel unless he either forces the cancel or wastes a ton of force fields. Either way, your choice, MouzMana. He does force the cancel, wanting to save that energy, and that's actually pretty huge. Remember how I said the 7-minute mark? Well, he actually knew that he was going to expand, but you can kind of do those crazy pushes that we see OGS MC do, where he kind of expands and attacks and kills you all at the same time, with a lot of very good sentry placement. We do see the Roach one coming down. Let's take a look at the production tab. And we have Hallucination on the way, as well as new Metasized Carapace, which is, of course, the Overlord Speed coming in. A lot of money. I'd like to see actually a third being thrown down here, or maybe here, for RAGESeala. At some point, very soon, we see a Hallucinated Phoenix going to come in, do some scouting, just checking out what's going on, seeing if there's a lair, seeing what sort of tech. Some pretty good saturation here at the main, and some decent saturation. Take another look at the income tab. They're actually surprisingly close. That was a lot of zealots. Not zealots, why do I keep calling them zealots? A lot of zerglings that RAGESeala did pump out in the beginning there, and I think he could have waited for another round of drones before pumping those out, and it actually makes a huge difference as Zerg in what order you get your units out. Because if he had gotten the drones out first, and then one production cycle later gotten these Zerglings, right now they're actually not doing anything for him, not doing anything useful, absolutely doing nothing. Had he gotten those drones a little bit better, faster, I should say, he would have been able a lot better off. And now this Overlord sneaking in with that speedy carapace, going through, seeing almost everything. In fact, he sees absolutely everything that he needs to see. Sees that Robo Bay and the 3 gates, so he is pretty safe. I mean, not pretty safe, but he's pretty sure of what his opponent is doing, and he is droning up actually very hard. Meanwhile, we do see the ground weapons level 1 about to finish at that forge, and a robotics bay coming out, as well as an immortal for MouzMana. So he is very safe right now with these sentries. He's just going to tech up a little bit, get some units out, macro up, you know, saturate these bases. We do see the Hydralisk Den is finished for RAGESeala somewhere. It is, here it is. And he is getting those groove spines, so that is the range upgrade. And he's also getting a Baneling nest. That is a little strange. We don't see Banelings used a lot against Protoss, but of course he did see a bunch of Zealots and Sentries, and Banelings aren't very good against both of those units. They are both light units, and that means that Banelings do their full damage against them. So we do see the extended thermal lance coming out here of this robotics bay. Going to be able to pump out some Colossus. They're going to have that great range, and I love this actually. Meanwhile, we do see the third going down. That is pretty important. I love this creep spread coming on here from RAGESeala. Of course, when you put multiple creep tumors next to each other, they spread the creep a little bit faster. So, and I love that he got a third queen out, because you're obviously going to want to take your third base at some point as Zerg. So you might as well get that third queen out a little bit earlier, start your creep spread with it, and then when you got your base up, you just move it over here to your third, and that is what you use as the queen for your third base. It works out very well. Meanwhile, back in MouzMana's base, he is still just pumping out units, getting more drones, getting lots and lots of units, and there's a Twilight Council coming down somewhere where I cannot find it. Oh wow, it is literally right there. And this robotics bay research of the extended thermal lance is about to be done. Meanwhile, we do see the glial reconstitution coming in from the Roach Warren. I actually can't say my R's. The Roach Warren is making that glial reconstitution. Wow, I'm just going to offend people. I'm sorry, I should not do that. This observer, meanwhile, seeing absolutely everything, and we do see Blink coming down from this Twilight Council, as well as the level 2 weapons. And does he already have the level 2? No, okay, level 2 weapons, as well as a Dark Shrine. So we're going to see what he wants to do with that Dark Shrine, and we have actually Banelings loaded into both of these Overlords, in fact. So he's going to try and do a double-pronged attack on these sort of bases, and those overlords actually being scared off. But this overlord is coming in, gonna try and do some damage, and there's only a colossus there. He can't actually shoot up, so this might do a lot of damage. And wow, okay, actually not killing a single probe. That is so crazy that he actually didn't manage to kill a single probe. Got a lot of them very, very low, and they're going to be able to regenerate those shields. So